Welcome back, everyone. I am a man on a mission this evening, so the last couple episodes I feel like I haven't been doing a lot in Paleo Pines, so I just had a quick look on the wiki to see essentially what I'm doing wrong. I think I underestimated it in terms of complexity, where there's actually a lot that you need to do to get the dinosaurs to become useful. Um, as in, they need to become helpers. So that was a bit funky there. Um, so this Gallimimus, I didn't realize is good for spraying water on crops. So, like Stardew Valley, early on in the game, you plant like 10 carrots. You water the carrots and then you go to bed at like 2 or 2 p.m. And that's like the first kind of season in Stardew Valley. This, from what I was reading, is a little bit similar, where herbivore food costs money. Obviously, carnivore food is quite expensive, and kind of currency is everything in this game. Money is everything. So early on, you should be working on crops, building up your money, I guess, and then using that to kind of quickly or more quickly expand your system. So I was like, okay, fine. Doesn't make for great gameplay. Me watering 40 carrots and then selling them, and then watering 40 potatoes and selling them. So I've already said it in a previous episode, big farms take up a lot of stamina and they take up a lot of time. So in Stardew Valley, you're trying to rush to get to the mines, and because you have to water crops, it's like 2 p.m. by the time you get to the mines, and that kind of affects how long you can be down there. Uses up your stamina, so you also can't mine for very long. This is kind of the same thing. So I'm worried about watering crops. I have a Gallimimus who is apparently good at watering crops. So how do I get this Gallimimus to be a helper rather than just a friend? So if I come in here, where are we? Here, Layla's pen. So Layla is a happy friend, which is great news, but we need her to be a happy helper. And from what I'm reading, she needs to have X amount of happy points, so high happiness, for a certain amount of days in order for her to become a helper. So, man on a mission. Today's episode is going to be farming. It's going to be a lot of sleeping. I feel like we're going to go through tons of days in this episode. And while we're working on that and doing all that in the background, we're going to be working on Layla's happiness. So basically, what is it akin to? I'm trying to think of another game where you have to look after your pets and make sure they're happy and stuff like that. I had something on the tip of my tongue and it's escaped me. I keep thinking of Pokemon, but I don't think that's it. So yeah, I don't like googling how to play games. I do enjoy kind of figuring out what I'm doing wrong, or coming across these little kind of things by myself. But it's not just for the video. It's not just for gameplay's sake. I want to get into it. I don't necessarily have a lot of time after work during the week to play games, so I don't want to spend my evenings just kind of running back and forward looking for dandelions. Let's see here. We don't have any carrots for lucky. So yeah, that's, I suppose, the agenda for this episode is kind of put the head down and get to work on the farm. So you can see already I'm trying to clear up all this debris. Whoops. We'll give Lucky her favourite food here. And the soil types as well. So I was just kind of reading the wiki, just a kind of high level overview. Each crop, so fertilizer is a big thing, very important. But when the crops come out of the ground, they leave behind a different soil type. So I don't know, I'm just off the top of my head. I've planted potatoes, so I need to use hard fertilizer. I don't know. When I harvest those potatoes, they leave behind soft soil. I don't know. But then, like crop rotation, you use crops that like soft soil, and you know, keep circulating them to use the soil as best you can. So yeah, that's it. That's our goal. What I would love to figure out. So see this bar here. You know, Lucky is a happy helper, but I'm assuming this here is how happy she is. So if we look at Layla, so she's a loner. Okay, fair enough. Oh no, sorry, that's Lucky. Lucky's a loner, is that right? I've lost where I was, whoops. Anyway, so yeah, this is another thing. Pack animal. Waterer, there you go, skills. So that's what we're trying to get to. Layla's pen. Okay, so it's pen, not... Yeah, okay. So this is telling me what the pen is. This pen is a loner pen, because it's only got one dinosaur in it. Which doesn't suit Layla, because she's a social pack dinosaur, which I can't remember exactly what the wiki said. I think it's like 3 to 5, maybe. Whereas a herd, it can be any number of dinosaurs. So, see Layla now, I think at the start of the episode this was just empty, and now she's at half. So we need to try get Layla, I'm assuming, all the way up. And I think we need to keep her there for 2 days, and then she should become a helper. What I don't know is how do we maintain that? Do I get Layla to become a helper and then she stays a helper? Or is it kind of like Stardew Valley with the kind of love hearts, where if you don't talk to someone for a couple of months, you lose a heart, basically. I don't know. I need to figure that one out. So yeah, lots of stuff going. Lots of stuff going on in the game. Hopefully this episode. Just as I was talking, Mooney jumped up, so Orla's gone to see her friend in Cork, so it's like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours away. So it's just been me and the cats the past 2 days, and I think Mooney is a little bit lonely. She's sitting here in front of me, in front of my keyboard. Hopefully she doesn't walk on the keyboard. She's sitting here in front of me. She's had her dinner. She was lying on my chest earlier when I was working as well. She came up into my lap looking for a cuddle, so I think she might be a little bit lonely because her mama's gone. Not right. She's sitting here looking at me. So hopefully she behaves. Mooney has a tendency to either stand in front of the monitor or walk on my keyboard. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Yeah, so tonight is Wednesday. My recording night. I was gonna record last night, just because Orla is away. I was like, great, I can use 2 evenings to get 2 videos done, or maybe a bit more. But I was on site. I was in the office yesterday, and I came home, made my dinner, and I was like, no, do you know what? Now is the perfect time for me to take a pause. Can I summon one of these dinosaurs? No, I was hoping to kind of call Lucky over, just so I can go into town. 0 out of 25. So I was hoping feeding Lucky a carrot would get her stamina back up, rather. So that's something else for me to figure out. But yeah, I thought to myself, no, do you know what? I Wednesday's my recording day, so let's just enjoy Tuesday evening, just myself, and I did just that. So I watched Pacific Rim. I was looking for something to watch, so I opened up Netflix, I opened up Disney Plus, I opened up Prime, and I seen that Pacific Rim is leaving Prime in 8 days, and I've been meaning to watch Pacific Rim. I've never seen it before. I've been meaning to watch it for basically since it came out. Never have, and I see lots of kind of memes and videos on social media and stuff. Like it's kind of like almost like a cult classic. So I was like, okay, right, I'm gonna sit down and actually watch this. And yeah, it was good. It was good. I can see how if you were 10 years old, it would be the most amazing movie. And that's not like a reductive statement where I'm like, oh, you need to be 10 to enjoy this. You know, it's like you need to be 10, you need to be a child or dumb to enjoy this movie. That's not what I'm saying. I really enjoyed it. But you know, I'm an adult man, and the dialogue was, I wouldn't even say it was childish. It was just, you know, a family movie. So it was great. That's all I can say. I should have read what this person said. How open are you to change hair out for accessory colors? Yeah. Okay, this is how I've never seen this person. It seems to be at random. Let's see. What have you got to say? Alright, we need to wait for Pippin to get back up there, is it? Yeah, just a little bit cheesy, I think, is maybe the word I'm looking for here. But great nonetheless. Really enjoyed it. And if I'd seen that when I was, you know, maybe 12, 13, 14, it would have been the coolest movie ever. So yeah, I'll go through this. I'm all for helping people, but not a fan of that tone. So yeah, just had a kind of guy night. Made myself some burgers. They're quite good, I must say. Brioche bun, you have to go with the brioche bun. Had some curly fries. And yeah, sat down, watched Pacific Rim, played a little bit of Minecraft, just in my own time, and yeah, had a ball. In between me mentioning Mooney in front of my keyboard and talking about Pacific Rim, she got onto my lap, and I didn't notice until I got up. Oh yeah, that's right, Lucky's out of stamina. So I think we're gonna sleep and just progress time so that the crops grow. We can work on Layla, and Lucky will get her stamina back. But yeah, I got up to go to the front door, and I had Mooney in my arms, and I was like, when did she actually, you know, come onto my lap? Like, I didn't notice her. She's very light-footed that way. I've just noticed, look at the top left, it says weather. So that's something else for us to consider. I'm not gonna worry too much about birthdays and stuff for now, I think. Okay, so Lucky doesn't have a friendship call. We'll run over now to Layla. Make sure she's happy out. Brilliant. So let's check our journal then, make sure she's all good. So Layla, it's gone down a little bit. Maybe she just needs more friends. She's a pack animal, maybe. But yeah, let's keep going. So grab Lucky. Come on, Lucky. Oh, maybe they're out of food. I don't think they are, because it would have come up here. But we might be running a little bit low. Unhappy helper. Like, but why, you know? Is it because I overworked her yesterday, maybe? And her pen isn't dirty. No, her pen's fine. Food's a little bit low, but nothing crazy. Okay, so it seems to be kind of sensitive, the happiness thing. But we'll just keep an eye on it. And I won't go to 0 stamina this day and see if that makes a difference for Lucky. Oops. So yeah, Pacific Rim, it's pretty good. I stayed up a little bit later than I should have, I think. I was quite tired this morning for work, but I was able to work from home, so you know, the benefits being I don't need to get up super early to drive in. I can just kind of I have flexi time, so I can kind of start whenever I like, or rather it's between a certain time, so it's like between 7 and 10 AM I can choose when I start and then finish, you know, 8 hours later. So I was very tired this morning after staying up late playing Minecraft and stuff, but yeah, I was able to kind of compensate for that as well at the same time, so definitely won't be doing that tomorrow. I have to go on site tomorrow to do some testing, which would be nice for a change. I haven't done product testing in quite a long time, so it's just because of where our project is at the moment, it's more kind of research and admin work than, you know, testing and developing stuff. So yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. I would like to have a little bit of a lie-in, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I think, how are we looking? We're 20 minutes in. I'm conscious now I don't want to run Lucky into the ground, so I think I'm gonna plant some, how are we looking? 5 potatoes, 5 carrots, and let's see what Agami actually needs. So quests, quest list, here we go. Clear the boulder, sure. Talk to Pippin. Oh, here we go. Befriend, excellent. I'm not gonna try Styracosaurus. Right, okay, so we need to talk to Pippin. 10 potatoes, 20 carrots. Well, that's annoying because we just had all those things and we just sold them all. But look, it's fine. Just going off the fact that these have a pink flower on them, I'm gonna say these are potatoes. I think these are carrots, so I wonder if I bring up my journal. This is sticky soil. I forgot how to do this again. I did this last episode as well. We'll leave that for now. Oh, but look at that though. So this is sticky soil. See the kind of brown texture? And then this soil has been reset. So I guess if I needed a certain crop and I didn't want to plant it, I could reset the soil potentially, which is good to know. Um, I want to go talk to Pippin because the Styracosaurus clear larger boulders and stuff, and I'm assuming small boulders too. So I won't be running Lucky into. I won't be using up Lucky's stamina as much. Um, oh, but of course I'm gonna need to make the Styracosaurus a helper first. So look, we'll talk to Pippin. Um, she'll probably give us a quest, but we don't have to go and do it yet. I don't think we're ready for it. Actually, while we're here, it's crunchy. We'll get one of these for Layla. Just one for now. Farm. And now we'll talk to her about the quest. Oof. Carlin's a savage. I honestly, this isn't where I wanted to go with this. I just wanted to come and talk about the Styracosaurus. I didn't mean to tear apart your family tradition. Juicy poppins, okay. Is this wise? Yeah, I think I have carrot seeds. That's what I'm doing wrong, by the way, with the farm. I'm trying to plant the carrot, not the carrot seeds. Befriend a Styracosaurus. The quest updated, okay. Okay. So do we actually have one? Maybe it's gone into storage. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit confused by that dialogue. I'm a little bit distracted this evening when I'm reading. But that's fine too, you know. I'm sure we'll figure it out. So let's see how this quest updated. Ah, of course. Right. It's all coming together. I seen a purple one earlier. I'd quite like to get the purple one if it's around. But again, I don't think we're ready for that. Okay, so let's not run to the house. Let's use the storage that's here for us. Carrot seeds, sure enough. Potato seeds. There's our juicy poppin', yeah. No potato seeds. Okay, so I may as well sell these to get money. I think I'll give this to Layla. That's why I bought it. I can get rid of these dreamstones. Loads of fiber. Yeah, don't need that. Get rid of all this. We need to work out. Oh, it's bell pepper. Sorry, I thought it was an apple. So, sticky fertilizer, soft fertilizer. Right. Okay. It's all coming together, bit by bit. Let's keep an eye on Layla, check her happiness, which I can do from here actually. We'll say that's what, 4 o'clock, half 3. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'm sure it's a day-to-day thing, you know, rather than like an hour-by-hour thing, but nonetheless, we'll keep an eye on it. She's not having it. Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. So definitely the crunchy poppins, which is unfortunate because they cost quite a lot. Um, but again, like I said at the start of the video, focus on the crops, get the money up, and you know, keep pushing with the friend meter. Um, Lucky should be happy. Yes, I guess I just neglected Lucky a little bit the day before, and probably the stamina is a thing. Um, Still haven't worked out a favorite treat. So even though she likes the crunchies, she doesn't seem to be a huge fan of, it's not her favorite food basically. So I just want to make sure. We'll see if the bell peppers. Crunchy, yeah. Okay, let's try one of these with Layla. And we also need to keep an eye on that food. I probably should have bought some. No, she liked that anyway. So, Layla, favorite treat. Okay, but she did like the peppers, so that's fine. How are we looking here? Oh, yeah, you're fine. Okay. Again, I don't know. It's something we need to monitor. Is it one piece of food per day? So there's 6 here. If I sleep now, will that go down to 5? I'm conscious as well about Lucky's happiness, so I'm gonna put her to bed. Just to make sure, leaving her out in the field doesn't make her upset or anything like that. Carrot seeds, here we go. So I think this middle row is carrots, but just for the sake of money, we'll just plant loads of crops and kind of use our days as much as possible. So I only have 9 stamina left, but do what we can. So yeah, the last episode was, I suppose, the climate change episode, and I've been thinking about it a little bit the last couple of days. Start new day. Yeah, I've been thinking about it a little bit where the algorithm, this seeds have been blown onto the ranch. All right, cool. I wonder, is there a weather prediction kind of thing? Like in the next few days it will rain. Calendar. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, guys. No indication. I'm probably gonna have to bring something to that, right? Maybe a pepper or something. A shenanigan. Okay. Just trying to keep our eye on as many things as possible. So yeah, thinking of the algorithm, like I've been listening to Blind Boy for a couple of weeks. I went back to the very start, back to 2018, and he says it himself, and he's not the only one saying this, that depending on what you talk about, certain advertisers don't like it. So Blind Boy, at least in the 2018 version of his podcast, talks a lot about mental health, talks about better help, talks about all these different things, and advertisers almost punish you for talking about subjects that can be seen as taboo. Now, I myself, I'm of the opinion that talking about mental health should be a common thing. It should be done. Everyone should be kind of open to talking about this, but I guess historically, especially as a man, there's kind of a stereotype or a perception that men don't talk about their mental health. It's kind of a taboo subject, um, at least to some people. And you know, a lot of people then, because YouTube or Spotify or whatever, it's their means of making a living, they avoid topics that advertisers don't like. So they'll just talk about the weather rather than talking about, you know, humanitarian issues or, you know, big topics, politics, religion, stuff like this, because it's, in a way, it's divisive. You know, it divides the crowd. If you, even if you're objective, just talking about certain topics can get you labelled. Um, and if that's your means of making money, if that's how you feed your family, you can afford to lose those advertisements or have the algorithm ignore you. So part of me was thinking about this. I think getting a little bit ahead of myself, you know, in terms of views and advertisements and all this. But I was like, oh, you know, if I did have an audience of 50,000, 25,000 might agree with me, and 25,000 might disagree with me, and straight away my audience is divided in half. I think it's quite extreme to say, but you know, 25,000 people might unsubscribe from my channel, and you know, then my revenue is down. I don't know if I actually bought that. I don't think I did. 2 dinosaurs. We'll just do 10. No, we won't. We'll do 16. 8 and 8. Cool. Okay. Now, what I did come here to buy is some seeds. So yeah, getting a little bit ahead of myself, I think. I was like, oh, like talking about climate change, some people don't like that. So maybe it's something, you know, to avoid. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, nah, like, I think in episode 1 of, you know, Little Kitty Big City, I said I'm not doing this for anyone but myself. And I want to be authentic. I want to treat this as kind of a passion project more than a performance thing, you know, oh, I need to be hitting this metric or that metric. It's about being authentic and being myself, and if that gets me 10 views or 50,000 views, then that's it. You know, at least I was true to myself. I resonate a lot with Blind Boy that way, where, you know, I think that's his approach too, where, you know, he's just gonna say what he has to say, and, you know, there's not a producer in the background in his ear, you know, basically a label company or something, you know, saying, oh, you can't say that because that will affect our views and metrics. He's just being himself and enjoying it. I want to split this stack. Surely there's a way to do that. That may be a Google. I don't think it would be in the controls. Lucky's happy, perfect. Where is Lucky? Oh, there she is, of course. I left her out. Hello, Layla. Why didn't that work? Cool. I don't have a crunchy popping for you, Layla, so you're just gonna have to deal with that today. Check how happy she is. Yeah, so look, that was at half yesterday, and it's gone down. So I'm assuming I'm just gonna need to feed her like 20 poppins to make her happy. What we can do is give her something crunchy. And then if I come in here, it's back up to half. So let's try another one to see, can we get it 3/4 of the way? If that's how this works, or is it kind of like a once a day thing, you know? Yeah. So I imagine it's pet Layla, feed her something she likes, and then do the friend call with the whistle, and do all three in one day to keep that up. But it seems to be in quarters, so I'm obviously missing something. In terms of getting that happiness, you know, the full way around. And while we're here, we can't neglect Lucky. So Lucky's quite low, so we'll give Lucky a love. Feed her a carrot. And how are we stamina-wise? Yeah, stamina's pretty good, so we'll clean up here. So yeah, just kind of, you know, reminding myself that, you know, I should talk about these things, and I almost feel, you know, without being controversial or without, you know, like, basically using hate language or language that kind of incites negative topics, you know, or stuff like that. I think it's important to talk about those things. You know, we're in a kind of a place we've never been before, where what I talk about on my channel determines how much money I get. That's a kind of risky place to be in terms of free speech and stuff. You know, it's not that, oh, talking about this topic is banned. You can't talk about that. We're not gonna ban your channel for talking about, you know, climate change. You'll just get less views if you do. That's a dangerous place to be, I think. So I'm gonna fight the good fight, and I'm gonna talk about things that I care about, and try reach an audience that cares about them too. And if someone disagrees with me, that's their right. You know, if I have 50,000 views, I talk about climate change, and the next day I have 25,000 views, well, you know, that 25,000 people that stopped viewing my content or following my channel, that's their right, you know. I get to have my say, they get to have their say, we shake hands and we go our separate ways. That's the whole point of this thing. So yeah, I guess in a big, long, roundabout way, I'm gonna talk about stuff I want to talk about and stuff I care about, as long as it isn't hateful or damaging to, you know, my fellow person. So yeah, let's give this a whirl. And she's a lot less stamina than Lucky. I thought she was going to be slower, but no, she's doing quite well. So it is raining. We don't need to water. But let's just see. So I would like to be able to aim, but cool. So it's kind of like one shot per water, I guess. And it seemed to have gotten all of them. I don't know if there's a range, but she seems to have done all my crops in one go, so happy out. Whoops, wrong button. So, I have been meaning to talk about the Inheritance series, I think, since like episode 3 of Little Kitty Big City. And I always run out of time, and I've just noticed that I'm at 40 minutes in this episode, so we'll do a little bit more. I think we'll do one more day, maybe get these crops ripe. Sorry Lucky, I'm ignoring your love. It's a shame. Lucky's happy, well that's great news. How lucky, so Layla's delighted. Lucky's pretty low though, that's a shame. I'll give you mushroom, love. And 18, so maybe it's 2 food per day. Just check on Layla. She should have like 1 or 2. Oh. Oh no, because Layla had 11. Yeah, that's right, sorry. It was Lucky that had 6. So Layla had 11, she now has 7, so we just need to keep an eye on that. It seems like the debris regenerates as well, which is a good thing because, you know, you need rock and wood, but also maybe that's where paths come into it. It's, you know, you don't want to keep having to dig your way out of the farm. And rather than buying seeds, I should have focused on that, actually breaking up the barrels and stuff to get seeds rather than using the money. Look, we're learning. So yeah, this is a commitment to the channel. Next episode I will talk about the Inheritance series and Murta, because I've been meaning to do it basically since the very first episode and I still haven't got to it. How are we looking here? Yeah, that's all good. So let's see if our crops have grown, and then we'll finish the episode there. So we achieved 1 goal. We did get a little bit more money actually as well, so 2 goals. We increased our money, expanded the farm, and got Layla to be a helper. So 2.5 goals achieved this episode. It seems like those carrots are ready. So now everything is dry. Let's see how far this gets. Okay, so just that one in the corner. So we'll leave Layla off. We don't want to drain her too much. This crop here seems to have weeds in it, so we'll keep an eye on that. I don't know, is it just part of the animation, the kind of growth, you know, cycle of the plant, or if it's a weed. I can't remember if we did this, so we'll just do it just in case. I just noticed the little icon in the bottom left. I wonder what that is, if it's her stamina or something. See you later. Okay, so saying goodbye seems to have an impact as well, which is cool. Alright, Lucky. I can see this being quite hard once you have, you know, loads of dinosaurs. Okay, so we'll lift these carrots. We'll finish the episode. I think I'm gonna go put the heating on for the cats, because Mooney's still sitting here beside me. I think she's cold. Make myself some dinner, and then I think I'll either play some games with my friends, or I will record the next episode. Not enough room for the weeds. No, you're not having that. Oh, not enough room, of course. So cool. So I was right. Pick you up. Make sure you're watered as well. Oops. Let's see here. So it's potatoes we're lacking in. We're struggling for potatoes. We've enough carrots for Agami. We've enough spring onions for Agami. maybe next episode we'll tackle the Styracosaurus. Dandelions. Yeah, Corlin's just gonna have to wait on that one, I'm afraid. Till the soil, just to get the most out of the day. Use up our stamina. What have we got here? Potatoes. Yeah, absolutely. We need all the potatoes we can get. Perfect. And to procrastinate ending this episode, I'm looking for potatoes. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. It should be in here, right? Do you know? Spring onion. Ahaha. Okay. So, soft. It needs firm. Okay, so here we go. Just to finish up the episode. It needs firm soil, but when I harvest it, it makes soft soil. So, what likes soft soil? Carrots like sticky. Spring onions like soft. Okay, so when we harvest our potatoes and carrots, we should be planting spring onions. When we harvest our spring onions, it makes sticky soil. So we should be planting carrots. And then potatoes aren't really in the cycle yet. I'm sure maybe bell peppers or something will help with that. But yeah, I suppose a little bit more fast-paced. Hopefully this episode, a little bit more achieved as well. So I focused a little bit more on the gameplay rather than topics of conversation. In a ways, very much still finding my feet with this. It's Rome wasn't built in a day. So yeah, thanks very much, guys. I'm gonna go have some dinner. Gonna maybe play with the cats, and I'll speak to you soon.